Hey guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I'm your host Bastion, back after a week break from a YouTube channel, which was accidental, but Pokemon Go just got in the way. What can I say? I'm just kidding, that wasn't the reason why, although I did play quite a lot of Pokemon Go. But the real reason is I was just too gosh darn busy. My personal life was just, I had zero time to record videos, zero time to edit. It's quieted down a little bit this week, so we'll see how this goes. I think I'll have enough time to record enough videos and edit them for this week. So anyways, this episode is going to be all about Pokemon Go because let's face it, that's all anybody is talking about right now. That's all I'm talking about right now. Everybody around me is like, geez, stop talking about Pokemon Go. But it's so much fun, isn't it? First of all, let's just talk about a very amusing comic from Dorkly, which talks about the biggest problem about Pokemon Go, which is the battery usage issue. But there are all kinds of other things that have been happening as a result of Pokemon Go. People have accidentally stumbled across dead bodies while searching for Pokemon. If you want to read about that, there's a link for you down there. People have been robbed because the robbers were using Pokemon Go to figure out where special Pokemon were, and thus in rural areas or sort of out of their areas, and would go to those places to assume that probably these people were going to be alone and easily robbable, if that's a word, which it is not. There's stories of people not paying attention and staring at their phone and encountering all kinds of accidents and injuries. And if you want to read about those and any of those other things I've talked about, there are links for you down there, including an amusing story about some Pokemon Go players being mistaken for drug dealers. Apparently, according to society, if you're an older white guy who's hanging out with some young black guys in a park late at night, it looks like maybe a drug deal, which it turned out not to be. It was just Pokemon. But in any case, besides all of that negative stuff, Nintendo is loving this. Their stock has risen the most it's ever in one day since 1983. That is bonkers. They are very happy with Pokemon Go, let me tell you. There's a funny statistic out there that says that Pokemon Go has now overtaken Tinder as being the most installed app. So apparently Tinder used to be the most installed app, now it's Pokemon Go, and I guess more people are interested in catching Pokemon than catching a significant other. But that amounts to about 7.5 million people so far, and that Nintendo has made over $14 million. How is that possible, you might ask? There are no ads, they don't charge you for the game. Well, of course, microtransactions. It turns out that even those tiny, paltry little amounts you might be spending to get a couple dollars worth of Pokemon points to upgrade your bag or whatever, that all adds up across the board, and so Nintendo is making quite a nice sum. Will the hype fizzle out? Of course, at some point it will, but for right now, it certainly hasn't fizzled out for me. I have even been known to catch Pokemon while at the gym, between sets. Hey, you gotta catch them when they're around, right? But don't worry, no Pokemon's gonna get between me and my gains, so in any case, that's basically it for this episode of Nintendo News. Oh, I wanted to tell you about one other silly little story. A guy figured out how he could control his iPhone from his computer, and so he strapped his iPhone with Pokemon Go open to a drone and flew it around and was able to catch a lot of Pokemon that way and hit up all the Pokestops. So that's a very clever idea. I won't be doing it. I don't want to break my phone, and I don't have a drone. But anyways, that's it for this episode of Nintendo News. Let me know how you guys are enjoying Pokemon Go or not enjoying it if you get those horrible loading screens that fail down in the comments below. See you guys tomorrow probably for more news. Bye guys.